When I was growing up in India, I used to go to this little church near my home. And in this church, there was a statue of an archangel. And the statue, if I remember it, um, is this angel with a big spear in his hand, and underneath his foot is a demon, all gory and scary looking, but obviously being destroyed by the angel. And it was quite a remarkable statue. So there was this lady, this older lady, who used to come to church every morning, and she would go to each one of the statues. There was a statue of Mother Mary and all the different saints distributed throughout the church, and she would go from statue to statue and spend time praying to those statues and kissing the feet of those statues, as it was customary, as a sign of respect and obeisance. And so whenever she would come to this statue, she would first kiss the angel's foot, and then she would kiss the demon's foot. And so the priest kept seeing this day after day, and finally one day he decided to go and ask her why she was kissing the foot of the demon. I mean, he could understand why she was kissing the foot of the angel, but the second part didn't make sense to him. So he asked this lady why she was doing what she was doing, and she said, well, if I go to heaven, this angel here will take good care of me, but if by chance I end up in hell, this demon here is going to take care of me. So she was basically hedging her bets about heaven and hell. And it kind of reminds me of another story about this warrior who was coming back from battle, and he was passing a forest, and he saw a holy man lost in meditation. So this man had just won a big war, and people were praising him, and he was so full of pride, and he stood before this holy man and said, sir, I have a question for you. And this holy man opened his eyes and he said, sir, I want to know the difference between heaven and hell. At that, the holy man's eyes turned red with anger. So he looked at him and said, you idiot, you are nothing but a common soldier, and you come and dare to disturb my prayer with your stupid questions? And the soldier heard this warrior heard this, and his blood was boiling. He was so angry. He said, how dare you talk to me like this? And in that moment, with all that rage flowing inside him, he took out he unsheathed his sword, and he raised it to cut the holy man in two. And just as he was bringing down the sword, the holy man smiled and said, this, my son, is hell. At that point, the soldier, the warrior, he suddenly realized that this holy man, at the cost or the risk of his own life, had volunteered to answer his question in a very remarkable way, and he had explained to him the meaning of hell. And all that anger and hate turned into gratitude and compassion, and tears started flowing from his eyes. He sheathed his sword again and fell down at the feet of the holy man. And the holy man smiled and said, this, my son, is heaven.